everyone, and welcome back to the Manufacturers Series. This is round number 1 in pre-season in 2019, and this one decides the New York World Tour. Unfortunately, irrespective of what I do here, whether Audi qualify or not, I can't make that event just due to work commitments. You know, I've got to earn a living at the end of the day. Money makes the world go around. But even so, we're going to try and get our Audi teammates there, and then hopefully we can continue that success to further events in the future. As we head up the hill, we are actually purple in Sector 1. Now, Yamagawa plus Miyabi in the Audi R8 Group 3 car. We are in Group 3 here. Very interesting circuit. You know, a little bit of the curb action can chuck the car way off sometimes. Just with it being an MR car, it's very snap oversteery, of course. But even so, over 1 lap pace, the R8 is always going to be very good, irrespective of the track. You can see here we caught up to Thomas quite a lot. We did give him a little bit of room initially, but I don't think we've given him enough there because we are suffering a little bit with the dirty air as we leave that corner now. See what our set time here is at this point. We're 3 tenths up now on RC3, which is 2:15.8. We are expecting 2:14s at this circuit, so we do have more time to gain as we come into this left-hander. Just get that a little bit wrong. Should not have mounted that curve. That's going to shoot me wide here. Cost me a little bit of time again. I think the dirty air having a little bit of an impact as well. We head across there. It's 4 tenths up now. That puts us down into the 2:15.4s at this point as we come into the right-hander. We do nail this very nicely. This is what we kept doing in the time trial event, basically. So good corner there. Really cut up to Thomas again here. It's a little bit of slipstream here. That will help us up the hill, heading towards this left-hander. Now, in the previous lobby that we did, this left-hander caught us out big style. So we actually broke really early there because last time we broke really late and it cost us so much in qualifying. And it was a terrible race as well. Absolutely terrible. As we continue on now, we're not sure whether we're purple or not. I think we're even with Sutsu at this point, as Sutsu's improved to a 2:14.7. So we know we're close here. When it doesn't come up with a purple, we know we're very close. As we approach the last corner now, again, just getting very, very close to Thomas here. Having to hold off on the throttle a little bit more just due to the downforce issues with having a little less air going over the car. As we head towards the line, Thomas actually puts his hands on there just to apologise if he did hold us up. He held us up a little bit, but we've got a bit of slipstream in there as well, so no biggie. At the end of the day, I should leave more of a gap, so it's not Thomas's fault. We get P2 there, 2:14.8, so not a bad lap at all. That is really up there with all the best drivers that are racing in the Manufacturer Series, including the previous lobby, which was a 2:14.8 for pole. So Sutsu went one better there with a 2:14.7. So Sutsu is in that Lexus in P1. P2 myself, woohoo! Starting on the front row of the grid, followed by Giorgio in P3. What names we've got in here. Tier3 Adam in P4. Followed by Afo in P5. Garassa, P6. Not seen Garassa in a while. And in that Ford GT. Very interesting. SVDR, P7. Freak in P8 there in the GTR. Ed there in P9 in the Mercedes. Probably could do a little bit better with that. Steve Gaming in P10 in that Jaguar. Devil P11 in the FT1. This track is an FT1 circuit, so that's very surprising. Thomas P13. Followed by Calster in P14. Cheers, David Pell, for that donation. You can see that at the top. P16, TX3 Manfer, followed by Robbie in P17. Key in P18 there in that Honda. Any MR car is going to struggle here. Of course, we've got insane tyre wear, and the curbs really don't help the situation. A lot of fast corners as well. MR cars always going to struggle, so we'll see what we can do in this race. As we get ready to go green here at the Yamagawa plus Miyabi circuit. Here we go, and let's pull into that slipstream straight away, and let's see what we can do. If we can get ahead of Sutsu, that would give us a bit of clean air and hopefully stabilise the car a little bit, but let's find out. See, we catch up to Sutsu very quickly at the apex there. A little unsure what was going on there as we now leave that corner and head up the hill. Got a good run on Sutsu here as well. Coming through here, don't really want to touch the curb too much, sends you flying. Coming up this hill, I'm starting to think what's happening with Sutsu. Now, you can watch the live stream in the description if you really want to know what I was thinking at the time, but I'll explain it in the highlights, of course. And I was catching him, I'm thinking, he must be on hard tyres here. He's got to be on hard tyres. This is very interesting. So obviously, I'm now really looking for a way past as fast as I can. So Sutsu goes defensive on that right-hand side. Giorgio now going to make an opportunity of it and stay with Sutsu on the inside here. So we try and go around the outside. This will give us the inside for the hairpin, which is what we tried to do. Unfortunately, it doesn't quite work out as we then go into the left-hander. Giorgio giving us space on the inside. Fair play to Giorgio. Going to have the slipstream and the outside run here. Gets a clean run off that corner. So Giorgio gets up to P2 here. We're going to have to drop in behind Giorgio in P3 at this point in time. And Adam there is in P4. So it's still very close here. Coming to this left-hander. Don't want to touch that curb. We don't do it this time. That's much better. So we're suffering with dirty SL. Tsutsu now causing a little bit of a train here as we leave that corner, head towards a sharp double right-hander coming up. Basically a hairpin in a nutshell, and we come into here. Giorgio boxes us in a little bit, and Adam sees that coming, goes around the outside here. Very good move by Adam, so we're really boxed in. If you watch a driving school recently on defending, we were on about boxing in. Perfect example there, again, of boxing in. I can't do anything. Giorgio defends a position. I actually lose out there as well to TX3 Adam. So we come into this left-hander. Afo now behind us. We're losing positions fast here. It's not going very well, but I'm thinking in my head, we're still fine. We're still fine. You know, we're within a second of that lead. It's not the end of the world. Tsutsu's on hard tyres, so we know he's going to the end here. He's going to draw a non-stop hit. Asked in chat about the non-stop. It was meant to be slower, so, you know, I was not too worried at this point in time. You know, we're still in with a shot of victory, or at least some solid points for Audi. Going through here. Absolutely not a problem. Accelerate out the corner. We've got Afo behind us in another BMW. Someone's got a penalty back there. Not sure who that is. As we continue over the start-finish line, you see Tsutsu going defensive there from Giorgio. Into the left-hander we go. Does Tsutsu defend it? It's a very long left-hander. He does indeed. Giorgio in second. Adam in third. Myself in fourth. Now, coming up this hill, this is very interesting. So I want to watch what the curb does to me here. Just completely grabs me. Hasn't done that throughout the entirety of all my practice. Unfortunately, Garassa, I clipped Garassa. I had nowhere to really go here. I get a 5-second penalty. Now, that 5-second penalty, in my opinion, is deserved. While I only lost 2 seconds, and Garassa may have even only lost a second, I still caused an incident there. I'm now trying to push Garassa along a little bit here. You know, get him up to pace, because I have cost him some position. So apologies, Garassa. I couldn't do anything about it, as you will have seen there. The car just lost itself. I caught it. Just a racing incident in a very dodgy place. Now that is just a stupid incident by IndyFood. I mean, he dived from like 200 meters back, overtook 3 or 4 cars at this point, and impacted unfazed. I had to avoid turning there, and he doesn't give that position back. Very bad driving there. Really should have given that position back. Wiped out the GTR. And obviously I took avoiding action. It doesn't affect me as much because I got the 5-second penalty anyway. But even so, you know, you don't want to get this reputation as a driver. If you drive dirty, everyone will drive dirty against you, and then it will impact your racing. It will impact their racing. Just drive carefully. You know, be reasonable with your efforts. As you can see, we're now down to P18, P2 to P18. What on earth is going on? We've actually got the Peugeot Vision Gran Turismo car in front of us. We don't see that very often. I know Outlaws picked it in the US as well, in North America, should I say, because Canada's in there as well. So, yeah, P18. So, at this point, I'm thinking, right, I'm going to go for a different strategy at this point. My tyres are already nearly gone. There's, you know, everybody is in front of me here. There's a train in front of me. I'm 9.5 seconds off the lead. What can we do? That train is significant as well, so I'm coming in the pits. I'm going to just try something different. Why the hell not? P18, I got nothing to lose and everything to gain at this point. This was the last slot of the evening as well, which is really unfortunate because I think we could have got some good points here. I really, really do. Just unfortunate with that curb. So we're going to jump into the pits now. Go for this undercut on hard tyres. Now, mediums definitely couldn't last the whole of the next stint if I tried this. Hards could do, but it was always going to be tight. So let's advance a bit further on. And everybody else is in the pits at this point, of course, because the tyre wear is so extreme. Please reduce this multiplier immediately. So we jump a few cars here. Key's just come out ahead of us. We're just going to have that dive down the inside here. Try and get that position from Key. Any position gain here with the medium tyres is a huge bonus. Fortunately, we don't quite get it done. Key will have much more momentum, especially on the grippier tyres there. So going through here, we're going to have to settle back down in P17. So we've only gained 1 position out of all of this in the end. With that undercut, but it's significant, you know, about 1.5 seconds gained there. So we'll see what we can do later on in terms of, you know, protecting this position and the battles we might have. So going through here, you can see Key is now already accelerating away. Just makes a little mistake there on the exit as we continue down to the sharp right-hander where IndyFood decided he wanted to launch it from Narnia. This time, that's how you do brake for the corner, and that's how you make the corner as well. Through there we go. And you can see it's just line astern at this point. We are keeping with the grippier tyre at this moment in time, which is kind of nice. But that's because we've broken the tyre in, the hard tyre in, whereas the other guys haven't broken their medium tyres in yet. So advance a little bit further, we've got SVDR all over the back of us. And we're up to P14 now after a few more pit stops and a few few more incidents happening around the circuit. So P14 from P18 with the undercut, not too bad. We're pulling those places back. He hasn't accelerated miles ahead of us, so you know the hard tyre working actually okay for us here as we now come into this right-hander and then the left. Fortunately, the curb not sending us off to Narnia this time as well. But yeah, I suppose that's maybe the smarter decision by Sutsu to go on the harder tyres, hold everybody up, strategic defensive driving there, maintain the leads, let all the soft tyres go in, and then hopefully maintain that till the end. SVDR all over the back of me there, couldn't really make a move. Going to be struggling that Beetle on the straights, of course, because the Audi is so much faster on the straights. That Beetle, a pure handling car. Coming into here, still behind Key here, which is good. You know, as I say, we're on the harder tyre. It's a much harder compound than the medium tyre, so we'll have less grip. As we get later on in the race, that should start to come to us a little bit because, of course, medium tyre will wear a lot quicker. Through there we go. 7/10 up on our fastest lap so far, which is good going. That puts us well in there. Well, you know, Athos is on a 2:16.9, so you know, puts us well in. Through there we go. SVDR still all over the back of us here, so we can't shake that Beetle at all. Head towards the sector. How far up we are? 6/10 now, so you know we're losing out now with that grip a little bit. Coming into here. Oh, just missed the apex a little bit there. We're going to open the gap up to SVDR. Give him as much space as we want to there in terms of a Beetle-sized space, but we keep that position for now. SVDR all over the back of us as we now head towards this left-hander. I'm not sure if he was going to go for the move there, but I did brake late. As you can see, I missed the apex a little bit. SVDR tries to go down the inside there, but we're going to have the better acceleration out the corner. And, of course, this corner is one at a time, so just let off there, being the car behind. Through here we go. Bloody good battle with SVDR here, so fair play, mate, if you are watching this. Really good effort with the fighting. Love a clean battle here. Through here we go, and as I say, we can still see Key, and we're on the harder tyres, so I'm actually really happy at this moment in time. But SVDR is so close, so at this moment in time I'm staying left. This indicates my decision, and then I see SVDR nearly goes for even more left, decides against it, so I keep my position there. And now we're on the inside for this left-hander. We saw how it worked for Sutsu earlier on. It works successfully here as well. Now going up the hill, it is normally line astern again. I think SVDR realises this, just slots in behind, potentially going for a move there at the end of it. And you just see the curb did exactly the same thing again. I run wide here. SVDR has to really back out of it, so apologies there, mate. But it did the same thing earlier. It's the only time it's done it. It's done it twice. In reality, if that was going to happen a lot, that should happen on time trial laps when I've got no weight in the car. But for some reason, here, it does it occasionally. Not sure why, but even so, we continue on. Maybe it's a bit of a bug in the game, I'm not sure. Look at the TV camera now. There's a lot of cars fighting as we come into this right-hander, and you can just see Devil went for an insane move there down the inside. So now 4 wide. Oh, look at the action happening behind me there. It's not very good. Unfortunate for SVDR there to lose out like he did. Should not have lost out there. That was a big, big move by Devil there. Missed the apex. Probably a mistake, of course. We have raced Devil before. I'm sure it wasn't intentional. So carry on to the final lap. We now have TX3 Mantha all over the back of us. I believe in the Lexus or BMW M6. You can tell by the grille. So we're just now trying to survive at this point. So Mantha goes down the inside here. Lovely move there. Job done by Mantha. Can we make the move back? Calster goes off here. Not sure where Calster's going there. That's a bit of rallycross as we head down here. So that's on my mind here. Dirty tyres. Calster will have no grip in this hairpin. As we come into here, I want to follow Mantha through. Can we do it? I'm not sure. Calster will have just suddenly got the gripper right about now. Can we maintain this position? Round we go. Calster's just lost all the grip. As I say, MR cars are going to struggle here. Tyre multiplier is insane. So we gain another position there. P14. Still not bad from P18, but side by side through here. This is unbelievable racing. SVDR gets it done. Very well played, mate, there. Side by side. We gave each other space as well. Getting these SR downs, the tiny SR downs, but they're significant if they keep happening. But, you know, it's not like we're wiping each other out, so it's a bit unfortunate it's happening like it is. SVDR goes defensive now, sees that I've got the overspeed here as we come into here. We've got yellow flags up ahead. Overtaking is prohibited. That's Garassa on the side of the track. Unfortunate to see Garassa there like that. Again, apologies for that second lap, mate, but I couldn't do much about it. You've seen that on this footage. So continue on up the hill. So we're at P14 again. Keep being in P14 at the moment as we now come into the hairpin. I just do like a sneaky fakie. You know, you can do fakey moves in this and it can put drivers off. Manfred nearly losing the rear there in that BMW. Wow. We've got the Dodge Viper now, a Fab behind us as we come into this right-hander, then the left. Through there we go. Losing the rear a little bit here, and then Fab pushes on along a little bit, but he does make an absolute huge dive there. I wasn't really happy with that. That wasn't clean driving at all. I was hoping SVDR would move over a little bit there, but to come from that far back and hit me out of the way, that means you weren't making the apex. So yeah, I was pretty disappointed with that move at the end, but I can't really say much about the race other than that it was pretty dreadful in the grand scheme of it. But P18 to P15, or P2 to P18 to P15, we'll take that for now. Do you know what? It is what it is, and that many points is lower than pretty much the majority of the population, which in a top split lobby should not be happening. Hope you enjoyed it. I will see you in the next one.